Hello everybody, it's Kirsty. You know me, I solve crime. I give it a go using astrology, and I have done for over 25 years now. If you haven't seen my work, I have plenty of videos. If you like it, please subscribe. If you don't like it and you never want to hear me again, you don't have to, that's all good too. Today we're going to have a look just quickly into, well, it won't be quick, it never is, but Suzanne Morphew. It's been 2 months. She went missing from Colorado on Mother's Day, May the 10th, 2020, and she still hasn't been found. This article here was yesterday, and it says that the investigators are not formally eliminating anybody from suspicion, and that they have had hundreds of tips and have made numerous searches, but now they are back at the house and looking again. And personally, I'm glad they're back at the house, because as per the Vallow children, they were in the house, in Chad Daybell's house, and I still can't believe that the police didn't look there. I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but still, I think it was just a really bad oversight that they didn't see mounds of dirt that we can now clearly see, even on Google Maps, in 2 different years, that there's fresh holes dug there. So I'm really hoping that if something, God forbid, has happened to Suzanne and it's happened at her house, that they find something. Now, there's really no other news, so what I wanted to do was make a horary question. And I did, and that one is this one. Where is Suzanne Morphew? And it's my date, my place, my time. And here's the chart. So we're going to have a look at it and see if we can get some answers as to where Suzanne might be, what may have happened to her. Okay, so this is the chart for now, for my question right now. Interestingly, as you'll see here, this is the last seen chart for Suzanne, and the ruler of Suzanne was Venus. Okay, the co-ruler was the moon in Capricorn at 5 degrees. So we've got Venus and the moon as co-ruler, because Libra is on the ascendant. So if we go back to this one, now we have Taurus on the ascendant, but the ruler of Taurus is, lo and behold, Venus as well. So once again we have Suzanne represented by Venus. Then the co-ruler of the moon is again at 5 degrees, but this time in Aries. Now that's actually a good sign to me. That's showing me that my question, the answer to my question, is going to give a relatively quick result. It's conjunct Mars, just here. Mars in Aries is really fast. So I think perhaps maybe within a couple of days we're actually going to find out something else. I have a feeling within 2 months it'll be going to court. That's just offhand. I just saw that. Okay. So the ruler of Suzanne is Venus here in Gemini. So they probably have their eye on 2 people, 2 suspects, I would imagine. But being in the first house here, the ruler of its own sign, shows me that she's close to where they're looking right now. I'm asking, where is she? Here is her, and there is the ruler of her. It's right there. She's not far from where she last was, either at the house or where her bike was. She's definitely not too far. Okay, now just move that a little bit. The perpetrator is ruled by Scorpio. On the last chart, it's Aries. but the ruler of Aries and Scorpio is Mars. Okay, so we have Mars right there next to the moon. So we've got the victim and the perpetrator close to each other. Even Venus at 9 degrees is forming an aspect to these. It's showing me that she knows who killed her. Okay? And the last time Mars was in the 4th house of the home, here, in the 4th house. This time it's in the 11th house of friends. This person could be staying at a friend's house or has gone to a friend's house after the crime. So friends for support or something along those lines. This person is no longer in the home, but more so at this friend's house. So I don't know where Barry Morphew is residing at the moment. I don't know where he stands as a suspect. Obviously they'd be looking at him because you have to look at the partner. If he's not living at that house, that's a little concerning, but I'm not too sure about that. Maybe one of you would know that from the Facebook groups. I haven't followed a Suzanne Morphew Facebook group, so I don't really know the ins and outs. Okay. Map here. That's the house. Oops, bug just landed on me. Oop. Okay, I'm going to move it to the line tool, which I don't like that. That's way too bulky. We'll erase it. It's a bit of a process with scribble maps, but it's worthwhile. Okay, so we have the house there. So we get our line tool. Where are we going to drag it to? We can't tell because we need to look at the chart. So what I'm going to do at the moment is use 16 degrees of Taurus. Okay, that's her, that's Suzanne. 16 of Taurus translates to 30 degrees is Taurus. 16 degrees on top of that is 46. So we need to go to 46. Okay, so the general direction, whoops. The ascendant is 46 degrees. If we go out 1 mile, it goes that way. Let's look at the chart again. 16, 16. Okay, I like 16. It's showing up on both angles. We'll go out 1.6 miles. That's that middle one, the radius. Just draw this line at 46. Okay, this is the focus point right now. Now, as you'll see in the other video, I know it's a bit hard to see, but the lines go up here. So even in this chart, the lines that we used goes in this direction. So it's across the road. These are really big hills too, by the way. through a lot of desert there. Let's just get to the point. We're going past this little man-made river. Very desolate. Okay, so if we put 9 degrees of Gemini, which is Venus, whoops, we're going to get ourselves a wedge, which is what I like. So 9 of Gemini is 69 degrees we want. Ugh, now we've lost the other one. Okay, so Venus, 69 degrees. Okay. Oops. That gives us this wedge area here on the 224, 219 and the 218. Not very much of an area, but that's what I have. So that's the first one. I mean, you know, I don't think anybody's going to be searching from my map, to be completely honest, anyway. But intuitively, I really feel as though they're going to find some more answers at the house. I'm trying to zoom in. This is not working for me at the moment. There's so much crap around the house and so much area. I mean, if they, you know, when they found the JJ and Tylee, in comparison to the house, they were sort of here, you know, and it was clear. This has got trees everywhere, so they really have to look all around here for freshly dug holes and stuff like that. Obviously. I don't know about this area with the bike. I have a feeling that it's possibly a bit of a ruse. Anyway, look, let's get back to this. The deceased body, Saturn, is at 29 degrees, going retrograde. So it's a good position to find out what happened. It backs up the fact that we may get some answers really soon. It also shows us that it's not going to be a good ending, but I think we all know that. Now, unfortunately, Saturn is in the 9th house of long distance. That is the one area here that makes me think that she's on her way up to Denver. Not alive, I mean, she's been put somewhere between her house and Denver. But everything else shows me that she's close to home. The end of the matter, is Leo. It's a fire sign, so that's an indication of anywhere there's fires. It's the heart, it's our life force generally. It is out in the sun, in the open, not buried deeply, more like on the just on the surface, not on the surface, underneath, but not deep. If she was deep underground, we would see Capricorn or Taurus on this area here. When it's Leo, it's usually, well, quite often we see it when a person gets found, a shiny object, something like that catches somebody's eye, and then they get seen in that way. You know, when someone says, out of the corner of my eye I saw something, that's this sort of thing here. So it's difficult whether, you know, in my heart, my intuition sort of says that she's close to home or possibly at home. The chart's giving us 2 different directions, which is typical because we have the ruler of Suzanne in Gemini. We've got sort of 2 directions where it's that she's near home or she's really far away. You know, and I know that just sounds like I'm covering all my bases, but that's what this shows. The interesting thing is that it lines up exactly with the last seen chart, and the odds of that are really, really slim, So the fact that it lines up to me is that it shows me I've asked the question at the right time. I can see speed in this. I can see that the person who did this is actually probably staying at a friend's or not at his own house at the moment. She's probably near her home. I think she'll be found soon. Okay guys, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.